What's up, YouTube? This is Red Zone 101. I hope everyone's doing well out there. God bless you. And I got another subject matter I wanted to talk about. Um, in previous videos, I've talked about equipment, um, whether you're using something non-lethal for self-defense like the Burner HD launcher, or whether you're using a firearm. Um, and I've also talked about having the right mindset for using lethal and non-lethal force. I want to talk about um, de-escalating a potentially dangerous situation. In other words, you're trying to turn a potentially dangerous encounter into a non-dangerous encounter. Okay, um, and that's where having the right mindset, knowing when not to, do something, when not to say something, when to say something, all comes into play. And all of that comes from experience. Experience, practicing, if this happened, this is what I would do. If this happened, and granted, any dangerous encounter isn't going to be exactly the way that you would have practiced for, but at least it gives you something to go on. Helps with muscle memory and what have you. If somebody is coming at you to hurt you and you say stop, and the person stops, then guess what? You've de escalated that situation, and there's no reason to resort to physical force. Now, if the person continues to come at you, let's say they've got a knife or whatever, and at this point, you know that they're coming to hurt you, you draw your firearm and you give another commandment. I said stop. And if they stop, there's no reason to fire your firearm. The situation is de escalated. Um, but there are times when, trying to say this the right way. Well, let me just get into the story, okay? I'm coming home today, and I had a potentially dangerous situation to happen to me that I wanted to share with you, and I wanted to share with you how I de escalated it. I'm driving home and after work, and I'm about to switch lanes. Now, I didn't notice that there was a car literally speeding up behind me. Now, the speed limit was about, I'd say, the speed limit was 50 miles an hour. This person had to be doing 65, 70. Because when I moved to the other lane, they were way in back of me. And then when I moved to the other lane, they were right behind me and they swerved around me. And I'm like, whoa. So next thing I know, they pull up alongside of me and the person rolls down the window. So they roll down the window. And at this point, I'm ready to say, hey, sorry, didn't see you. Um, but instead of, the person giving me a chance to talk to them, the person rolled down their window, started cussing me out. I mean, blah, 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 you cut me off. And I'm thinking, actually, I didn't cut you off. The lane was empty and you were a country mile behind me. You were speeding. So, after a few, this person was cussing me out. I said, look, you were speeding. You need to slow down. Okay. So at that point, it went on. And there, she said some more words. I think it was a woman. I hope it was a woman because, Lord, I mean, anyway, these days, unfortunately, sometimes you can't tell. If she was a woman, she was dressed like a man, okay, and very aggressive, almost hoodish thing. And anyway, so next thing I know, the person gets angry at me because I'm kind of like, you know what, forget you. I'm out of here, right? And gets angry and says, oh, it's like that, huh? And starts reaching in their back seat. Now, I'm not going to lie and say I saw a firearm. No, I did not see a firearm. But anybody that's from the hood, and I live in the hood, I live in the red zone, okay? And hey, anybody that's from the hood knows when somebody starts reaching in their back seat like this, and and looks at you and says, okay, okay, I got something for you. Yeah, yeah, okay. You know what that means. It means they're reaching their 99.9999999%. They're reaching for a firearm. So as the person reached in the back to grab whatever they were to teach me a lesson, I just I just spoke up and I yelled out, "Don't do it." And the person looked at me, right? Like, what? And I said, "Don't do it." Now, at this point, the person's looking at me strange because I'm looking them dead in their eye and I'm like, whatever you're about to do, I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Because if you reach for what I think you're reaching for and you grab it and you point it in my direction, there's going to be repercussions. And when I said it to the person, I wasn't asking at that point because at this point, I saw this person wanted to hurt me. They were in the process of getting ready to hurt me. This is what I felt and this is what I knew. So I gave a commandment. I said, don't do it. And the person looked at me again and I said it again like I was their father. I said, don't do it. In other words, if you do what I think you're about to do, I'm going to have to respond. And if I have to respond, I'm going to protect myself. And I'm pretty good at protecting myself. But I didn't want to have to respond to what this person was about to do. So when this person saw that I was serious, that I looked at him and I did not blink, and I said, don't do it. The person stopped reaching in the back for what they were grabbing for. And I think they got the message like, I'm not going to say I had my burner on me. I'm not going to say I had a firearm. But I was ready to defend myself if I had to. So the person at that point looked at me and just quit reaching in the back and, okay, well, that's what I thought. They rolled up their window and they took off. Now, one thing I hate confrontation. I do not like confrontation because, when people start yelling and fussing and getting aggressive, bad things happen. And for the most part, I'm trying to be a good Christian. I'm telling you, these days, it can be tough. But I thank God that I think I used the right amount of aggression back to this person to let them know I can defend myself. And I think that was the point that I got across, even without saying it. When I said, don't do it, the person looked at me and they knew I wasn't playing. Don't do what you're about to do. When the person rolled away, I rolled back up my window and I drove home and I took an alternate route because just in case this person started thinking that, you know what, well, who is he to tell me not to do it? I took an alternate route. I got off of the street that I was on and I took the freeway home. But the bottom line is the situation was de-escalated. I'm hoping I'm saying the right word. And, the other thing is I didn't want somebody else. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. Well, but anyway, I thank God that it had a happy ending. Whoever that person was, I don't know, maybe they had a bad day, whatever. The way they were speeding home, it's like, I wonder if they got home okay. But the bottom line is that the situation was smashed. And again, we want to de-escalate a potentially dangerous situation. And sometimes you can do that by just, if somebody is coming toward, hey, stop, stop, stop. And that might be enough that somebody says, okay, well, okay, well, I'm gonna stop. Then again, sometimes you might have to actually pull out your firearm or your burner because the person isn't listening to your verbal commands now. And now you have to prepare to actually defend yourself, whether it's with a firearm, a burner, or else whether it's physically. Um, People, these are some dangerous times. Um, I try to live peaceably with all people, but unfortunately, you're not always going to be able to live peacefully with everyone. That said, there are things we can do to minimize our chances of getting into a potentially dangerous situation or de-escalating one. Um, so I'm not going to make this video too long. I just wanted to, maybe I'm just venting today because that just happened. And, it just really, um, uh, really frustrated me because I'm like, this person was ready to hurt me just because they were angry because I changed lanes. Anyway, again, be careful. When you can, try to steer clear of all the confusion that's going on out here, but always be vigilant because there are some people out here, they're angry, they're scared. As I said earlier, there are some people that are selfish and also entitled. Um, anyway, I'm not going to ramble. You guys be safe out there. I want to thank you guys for watching. Um, as always, I say pray. That's one of the best things you can do because I believe the Lord will lead you in the right direction. And I believe the Lord protected her. I think it was a her. Still not certain. Protected whoever it was and also protected me also. Anyway, on that note, you guys be safe out there. Thank you guys for watching. This is Red Zone 101. Peace.